Raf here from the Endgame Investor, and today we're going to do some specific gravity. That is copper versus silver versus gold versus platinum. We're going to see the densities of each of them because there's really nothing to talk about in the gold and silver markets right now. They're pretty boring, hovering around 4,000. So we're going to do something a little bit more practical. We are going to start with silver. The specific gravity of silver, the density of silver is 10.5 grams per cubic centimeter. You can measure that by first weighing your silver and then dividing it by the wet weight of silver. The wet weight is the weight or the amount of water that it displaces. These measurements are not going to be exact because I'm not using distilled water here, but they will be pretty close to the actual specific gravity, the density of these metals. Let's turn this back on again, and we can start with silver. Now you can see that there's a string tied around the silver here because I'm going to use that to measure the wet weight. And so you can see here that this Krugerrand weighs 31.25 grams. Now we take it, and here is a cup of water. I'm going to tare that so it zeroes out. And we're going to put this in the cup of water, this Krugerrand, and so that it doesn't touch any of the sides, and measure the weight. And it is about 3. Let's try to make it not touch any of the sides. Yeah, it's about 3 when it's not touching any of the sides. 2.99, let's just say 3. So we have 31.25 divided by 3, which is 10.4, and that checks out about 10.5 grams per cubic centimeter. Let's take this off and tare this again, and then we're going to go to gold. Gold should be about 19.3 grams per cubic centimeter. This is an Australian coin. 1 troy ounce, 0.999. Gold, 31.13. It's a palindrome. And now we're going to get back to this cup of water, and we're going to tare it out again and see what the weight is. The wet weight is about 1.64. So we have 31.13 divided by 1.64. Should be close to 19.3. And it's 19. That's pretty close. That's good enough. Now we're going to go to platinum, which is even more dense than gold. This is a platinum King George snake coin. I don't know what it's called. I'm not an expert in these names of these coins. 31.12, about the same as the gold ounce. That makes sense because they're both troy ounces. So let's say 31.12. Now we're going to take this and we're going to do the wet weight. And because platinum is even denser than gold, the wet weight should be even lower, meaning the volume, the amount of water that it displaces, should be even less. So we're going to take this and we're going to put it in the water, and we're at 1.44, 1.46, 1.46. That looks kosher. 1.45, let's say 1.45. 31.12 divided by 1.45 is 21.46. That's even higher than gold. And now we have this dumb little Bitcoin thing that somebody probably got from Temu, and it says on it, I don't know if you can see it, but it says 0.999 copper. Yeah, you probably can't see here, but that's what it says, but it's lying, so it doesn't matter what it says. Let's put the water back and tare it. And we have the wet weight, which is 3.6, 3.59, let's say 3.6. That is the biggest volume yet. And tare it again, and we have the dry weight, which is 28.44. And that is a specific gravity of 7.77. Now, copper is 8.96. Iron is 7.77. So that itself proves that this is not copper, it's actually iron. And how do we know that? Well, if we take this little Bitcoin thing and we take this magnet, which my daughter found in the garbage, and you pick it up, and it's magnetic. It's a magnetic copper, quote unquote, Bitcoin. A fake Bitcoin can't even be honest about what it actually is. It's iron, it's not copper. And there you have it, the specific gravities of silver, gold, platinum, and iron.
Hey, you guys!
Let's go, load up. Anything you can put in your pocket. Mikey, That's Willie's. Save that for Willie.